construction orders. As we can see, in 2020, construction vacancies. So this is overall vacancies, the demand, and this is construction vacancies. As we can see, that's multiplied by quite a bit from here to here in 2 years. I think it was 19th of January was Brexit, and then from then, construction vacancies are sort of shot through the roof. It's showing how loose the labour market really is, especially when it comes to construction, and everything happening behind that. So construction output, overall construction output continues to decrease, especially in new work. Monthly construction output is estimated to have decreased by 0.5% in volume in December 2023, which mainly came from a fall in new work, which was 1.1%, but maintenance and repair has increased on a month to month. I think in that time between November and December, it was 0.4% that it increased by. The Southeast has a much larger share of housing repair maintenance work compared to the rest of the UK. So down here it's at 26%, and the rest of the UK is 18%. So down here, repair and maintenance is a really big demand, and it's a big thing in comparison to new work, especially the times that's going on at the moment that we're going through. New work is looking a little bit scarce. Obviously people by now, because I've been hinting at it for months now about what's happening at Knight and Lee. That's not happening anymore, especially with what's happening with Brymore Construction. Look into them if you haven't. So that's not happening anymore. They have done a demolishment, and with the council have done this with Debenhams. So things seem to be happening there, but demolishing a building is one thing. Building it and actually turning it into what the plans are is a completely different thing. So it's just things to be aware of. I know on Commercial Road as well, they have this big, the council have a big plan over the next couple of years to really develop that and bring housing to the Tricorn area. But then it's just something to keep your eye on with regards to new work, because that just keeps dropping. Repair and maintenance is going up though. So any builders, repairmen in the room, you probably can see where most of your work might come from in over the next year potentially. Another thing that I just wanted to show quickly as well, UK-based house builder Bellway PLC have reported a 30% decrease in housing revenue. Now these figures have been assessed between the 6 months to January 31st. So I take it that it's going to be from June 2022 to January 2023, and then again, June 2023 to January 2024. So looking at those stats, there's been a 30% drop. Housing completions fell by 28.1% year on year. These stats do not necessarily indicate that the company is struggling or failing, as they have many other stats that are working in their favour. But the company remain optimistic about its ability to increase the order book by the end of July 2024, provided that the market conditions remain stable. So everything is more or less based on the market conditions and what happens with the things that are going on around the world, economies in other countries that might fall into what's happening in this country. Has anyone got anything to say on construction orders? Any experiences that they might be having at the moment?
We're actually quite quiet at the moment.
Okay.
It's business. As you say, if a lot of the work's going to be coming through, maintenance, things like that, moving forward over the next year or so, then I need to look at relying on marketing.
Yeah. Do you do any repair maintenance?
We do everything.
You do everything?
Yeah. Renovations, repair, maintenance, management.
There's going to be a lot of that. It's renovations, especially the stuff that Phoebe was just talking about. That's another thing I was actually meant to speak about briefly whilst you were talking as well, is what's this chancellor called? Jeremy Hunt. It's Jeremy Hunt, yeah? He did mention this thing about converting houses into 2 flats or whatever. He was speaking on other things and he mentioned this. I'll probably need to find the footage. I'll make sure to speak about this next month and just bring it out.
Development.
I think so. Yeah.
You don't have to have the property empty for 3 months. You can pretty much do it straight away.
Oh wow.
A lot of stuff's going straight through.
Yeah, the relaxation on that's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, even with things like that coming up, that might be something that might come in your direction soon as well. So yeah. Anything else when it comes to construction orders, construction output?
I think it's really interesting what you've done here because basically everything's telling a similar story but from a different angle. So you've got CPI remaining high, it's going to drive bank base rate. You've got sales of properties go down. You've got landlords getting squeezed, that points to new orders going down. Repair and maintenance going up. Like this is exactly what you'd expect.
Yeah.
I guess the interesting question is all of those things. I think that they're probably all lagging indicators. Stuff's already happening.
Yeah.
And those graphs are telling that same story.
Yeah.
The big challenge, like the holy grail for everyone, is where's the leading indicator?
That's it.
And
that's where it comes to bumping heads together, understanding what's going on in your work, understanding what's going on in my work, and figuring it out. And that's where we want the conversations to lead to. That being said, I just quickly need to use the toilet. And then we'll go around the room, get everyone to introduce themselves. I'll add a little question to it as well. And then, yeah, should be all good. So give me 2 secs.